Amy stared at the flyer posted on the bulletin board near the mailbox of her apartment building. It said on Friday there was going to be an apple cider gathering on the rooftop of her building. A bunch of people gathering to drink apple cider did not appeal to her. But her mind changed when her handsome neighbor came into the building and noticed her reading the flyer. "You should go. We have one every year. It's a great way to relax, catch up with friends, or meet new ones." He held out his hand for Amy to shake. "I'm Alex, 3B. Amy shook his hand and would swear she felt electricity. She noticed he was at least 6 feet tall, dark curly hair, bright smile, quality clothes, and good cologne. She was immediately attracted to him. "Amy, 2C, sounds interesting. I'll be there." "Cool, I'll be looking for you Friday." Amy didn't care for apples. They were her least favorite fruit. Still, she smiled and assured Alex she'd be at the gathering. For the next few days, all Amy could think about was Alex and his smile. She hoped they would run into each other leaving or coming into building, but she had no such luck. If she wanted to see him again anytime soon, she would have to go the apple cider gathering. Friday came around, and all Amy wanted to do after work was shower, eat dinner, prepare a snack, and watch a movie. Instead, she stuck her hand in a box she hadn't unpacked yet. It was labeled dresses, and she resolved to wear whatever she pulled out of it. It was a black bodycon dress. She paired it with open-toe heels. She thought it was simple enough for gathering on the rooftop and sexy enough to get Alex's attention. Amy was the last to make it to the rooftop. Everyone knew she was the new tenant, and they all were happy she joined them. She was met with warm hugs and from strangers, but when they embraced, she felt like she had known them for years. The welcoming was a bit overwhelming for her. Amy was only there for Alex. To avoid everyone else, she made her way through the crowd and leaned over the balcony to watch what was going on in the streets below them. Amy heard a jovial voice from behind her. "Hey, Amy, I'm glad you made it." She knew it was Alex. He gave her a huge hug and she could have melted in his arms. His cologne must have been a pheromone because she started to feel tingling inside. She kept her cool. "Told you I'd be here. I'm glad you came because this cider is going to change your life." Amy laughed. "What?" "Look around you. Everyone from the neighborhood comes to this gathering. I can't explain the feeling. It's something you'd have to experience for yourself. See you at sundown." Amy wasn't sure she wanted to taste the life-altering cider. She wasn't sure she trusted her overly friendly neighbors. She decided to leave the party when someone brought attention to the sun going down. Everyone gathered in a circle. She stood on the outside of it until Alex took her hand and led her to the circle. She felt the shock again, and she knew she was stuck to Alex, even if it meant drinking tainted cider. The cider was served in a glass flask. When everyone got their drink, they held it to the setting sun, and a man yelled, "To joy!" Everyone repeated after him and took a gulp of cider. Alex looked at Amy. He put his free hand on her shoulder. "Don't be afraid." He drank his cider and Amy took a sip. As it caressed her tongue, she felt an enchanting energy that flowed through her veins. Laughter started to fill the air, and Amy started to feel the joy the man toasted to earlier. She looked around her, and people were without inhibitions. They danced and sang, held hands, hugged and kissed. Amy swallowed the rest of her drink and allowed her heart to feel with love and liberation. She and Alex shared a deeply passionate kiss, and it was one she would remember for the rest of her life. Expressions of affection came generously, and Amy couldn't believe she felt so free around strangers. The euphoric effect wore off as the sun disappeared from the sky. Now everyone had feelings of gratitude, and they were satisfied with the year's apple cider gathering. Alex asked, "Are you glad you came?" "I'm glad," Amy responded. She drank the cider and didn't die. She thought she'd come to event next year and the year after next.